Hi everyone, what we're doing today is we're going through this box of knives. This is all of my knives, some aren't mine, most of them are though. And we're going to give it to this one and let her try all of them. And we're going to ask her a few things about them. How much do you know about knives?
They're sharp.
So she doesn't know any of the brands or anything about it, and some of them aren't sharp, actually, that's wrong. So this one's not particularly sharp, but yeah, it's I guess you've got the basics. So also you've seen all my videos, all my knives. This is the ones I'm working with now, probably about 15 or so. So we'll just take them out at random. I'll get her to cut a carrot, chop it up with the knife, and we will then catch that on the GoPro for action shots. And then we'll ask her what she thinks of them. So let's just do a bit of a lucky dip. Cuts there, yes. Keep going.
Really?
Yeah. The people need to see the whole carrot cut.
Are you serious?
No. Alright, that'll do. So, what do you think of that knife?
It's pointy.
Yeah, but would you, just in terms of quality, have a look at it, look over it.
No. It's...
Does it feel like it cuts well? Does it cut the carrot well? You've used a kitchen knife?
It cuts the carrot.
Alright. How much would you say it'd be worth? How much would you pay for that knife?
$50.
50 bucks. It's the Almar Falcon. Did you hear that, Almar? 50 bucks.
Well, how much are they?
$180 in Australia.
Highway robbery.
See that, Almar? Yeah. That's what the common folk think. Alright, so a bit more carrot left. Let's grab. There we go.
See if I can open it.
Yeah, see if you can close it. That's always good. Okay, that's the thumb stud, that's called. So, and it's got a back block. I think we all know back blocks. So, here's another one. A bit different. Hey, see, she does know about knives. So, chop up the thing with that thing. Does that feel different to the last knife you were just
like
chopping?
chunky. Like
Chunky,
it doesn't... It's not like flat.
Oh yeah, so it's putting
It's like crunching it.
putting a bit of a steer in the cut, or is that? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but
it's like
less good in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'd say so.
When you hold that knife and have it in hand, how does that feel? What do you think of it? Is it good or is it?
No, I think it's ugly and chunky.
Chunky, yep.
And
if that was like a guy, what would its name be?
Chet.
Chet. It's Chet, the Hardcore Hardware. This is actually called the MILF by Hardcore Hardware Australia. So, yeah. So I'm suggesting if that knife is a person to be.
How much is that one?
Oh, how much do you think this knife is?
Like 150?
260 retail. All right, here we go. Who makes that knife, dear?
Spyderco.
Do you know a bit? What do you think?
I think it looks like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, that's, people do say that about spikers. Do some thing and.
Very nice.
What do you think of its performance, cutting performance?
It's better than the other one.
So it's better than this one. That's about 3 times as thick. You actually seem to be enjoying cutting with that one because you went back for more. Yeah.
It's a real riot. This one.
So that's a Spyderco Police. Be careful when you wipe the blade. It's really, really sharp. You wipe it from, flip it over and wipe it that way. You know? So have a look at it. What do you think of it? Like, is it?
It's the same as the other Spydercos except longer.
Yeah. See, this is what the people think of all of our knives. Same as all the other Spydercos, but longer. You know. All right. Here we go.
Is that one like $1 million?
Oh, how much do you think it is?
Oh, probably a lot.
But how much would you pay for it? Nothing.
$20.
Nothing. I would never pay money for a knife. But yeah, this is about 200 and probably after US $210 or something.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
And it's got one of the best steels, in my opinion, going at the moment. So anyway, have a crack at that one. Let's open
I've
it
already
first.
tried to open this one and I can't.
Why not?
I don't know.
I'm just curious as to why. It's really simple.
It doesn't go.
You need to maybe try because I'm going to open it. It's going to be like
Yeah, well, we don't all have that hobby.
Alright, we'll cut some things with that. What's you know, what do you think of that? Thin behind the edge. Thin, and it makes for being an excellent slicer.
The other one cuts better.
Yeah, the police cuts better than the...
This one like chips it off as well.
Okay, this is the Kaiser T1. I actually found it to be a very good, a good slice of that knife. So maybe try and slice really thin with it. No good? No?
That's alright.
There we go. What do you think of that knife there? Just give you some cutting with it. Cutting with it first and let me know what you think.
Looks a bit dirty. I think that one's a bit average.
A bit average, that's the Y start. When you said it looked a bit dirty, what do you
It's like dirty there.
What do you think the dirt's called when it's on the surface of a knife blade? What do you think you call that kind of dirt?
Rust.
Rust, that's right. So this is the knife that's it's quite rust prone. It's a stainless steel still. We've figured out it's a pretty low end stainless steel, but yeah, it's fairly rust prone. That steel for sure.
Is that like $50?
This is about $12.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Cuts about that. I need cheese.
Cuts about, yeah. Alright, so let's have this one.
Considering that one was $12, the other one was like 200. How much for this one?
That's $260.
That's just the same.
In terms of actually cutting a carrot, the Y start is as good as the Hardcore Hardware Australia MILF. There we go. Not my words. There we go. So what do you think of that?
Easier than the other one.
What do you think of the knife and how does it look? Do you think that's cool?
No.
Well, it's something. It's a, use a verb. No, use an adjective, not a verb. The verb would be cut. Adjective is...
I don't know, man. It's like boring, like all the other knives.
Okay, so when you say boring, this is vital intel for the people who maybe make these decisions. So when you say boring, what's making a knife like that boring?
It's all one colour.
It's all one colour, so it's perhaps too much silver is what's going on.
I mean, it's got that bit of orange.
Yeah, a little flourish of orange. Would you say the flourish of orange is probably the most notable bit of the knife? I feel like I'm putting words in your mouth here, but I think what we're getting at is there's lots of silver knives that are titanium and steel and steel and steel and that sort of thing. Yeah? Nah. And how does it perform? It's alright, there's only like 90 left to go.
It cuts a carrot.
There's only an entire box left.
It's fine.
Alright.
It's fine. I mean,
yeah.
how much does this one cost?
That's about $330.
No.
That's zero tolerance. You pay a lot for the American manufacturing. Just the tolerances, do you know what tolerance means? It means how close everything is and how sort of, how everything, lots of, the pursuit of perfection, high tolerances. There is another carrot. Let's give you this knife. Okay. So give that one a hold.
See, I know this one's like a bit of an expensive knife, but it doesn't feel it.
So it doesn't feel it. What makes it not feel expensive?
Because it feels like plastic.
Yeah, it's basically a type of plastic. It's called G10, and G10 means it's like a resonated, so it's like soaked in like super glue sort of stuff. It's like a porous plastic, non-porous plastic. It's quite high tech, it's quite strong, but yes, it is. What do you think of the cutting performance of it? Cuts?
Does cut carrot?
Does cut
you should
carrot.
do onion, because then if you cry more, it's a sharp enough.
Should I get some onions?
No.
We've got onions right there. I'll get some onions.
So don't give me like a crappy one, like...
I'll give you like a really blunt one so you can just smash the onion in half.
How much does that cost?
This is 170, so it's a cold steel American Lawman. 170 bones for that.
Not terrible.
Not terrible.
See, if you can't do that, I'll never be able to do that.
Yeah. So what do you think of that? What did you think that said? It says snap on. Snap on.
Oh, it's a yucky onion.
Oh, it's a brown onion inside. Ugh.
Good job, Tupperware.
Yikes. Well, let's not do onions because I think it'll just poison us all. Anyway, cut up a carrot with the snap on. Not the, yeah. She thought it said strap on. She's filthy. So what do you think of that?
I don't know.
Do you think it's good or do you think it's a piece of shit?
I can't tell.
You can't tell. So say...
Clearly I can't tell.
Well, here's an interesting comparison. If you were to compare that knife to this knife, which is good and which is terrible?
It's the answer that they're both terrible.
No, that's not the answer at all. So which one is like the better one out of those two? So we've got a Kizel Supreme, and then we've got a Snap-on. What do we think?
Oh man.
Maybe try using the actions and opening and closing them and just seeing how they do. That might shed some light. Alright, let's give the other one a shot.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's the see?
So this one's obviously
that's
the better
the
one.
decent one, and that's like a $10 turd of a knife. Nick Shabazz sent us that one.
$10 is
Sent
pretty
me
good.
that one. Yeah.
It cuts probably just as good as that one.
Yeah, that's how some people think about knives. That's this.
Well, it's a carrot.
That's what most of us are cutting, really. Like, it's exactly how some people feel. Not me though. But some
Clearly.
people, yeah. All right. Okay, let's get this. This might be a knife that you like. This is like this is the funky new wave of knives, and this is the CRKT Pilar. Let's see. What do you think of that? Just like get it in hand.
Yeah, it looks kind of. I don't know. I think it's never as scary when it's not like pointy on the end.
Yeah, well, that's a very good. It's exactly right. Do you know the Warncliffe blade shape, which is what it is? And these sorts of blade shapes that do curve over, made for sailors, so it was harder to mutiny. Like, it's harder to stab people with it, so all of their working knives were less stabby. So, what do you think of it?
I like it.
It's quite, it's quite thick, isn't it? But it still does the carrot okay. Is that how you generally feel?
Yeah, I think this is the winner so far.
And when you get a good grip around it, what do you reckon? When you get it wherever you use the forward choil. See,
what?
Probably index finger.
It's a choil.
So, it's a choil. So you jump the whole thing back a notch.
No, that's very scary.
It's not sharp there. So you can you rest your finger there.
No, I don't like that.
Doesn't like that. That's like the whole point of the knife. Oh, I don't like that one feature that makes this a good knife. No, don't like that.
No.
So that's the CRKT Pilar. It's her favourite so far, except for that horrible choil at the front. That bit that lets you use a full hand grip. Terrible. Hear that? Fox knees, your butt. Can't design a knife properly, according to this one. Putting too many things on it. Alright, here we go. You want to buy new knives? Oh, how much do you think this is worth? This is a good...
I reckon that'll be a lot.
How much? The CRKT Pilar.
$3.20?
$3.20. About $50.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's... Yeah, so why would you bother with the others?
This is interesting, isn't it? See, she was like, this isn't going to be interesting to anyone. This is how people, this is how the other side works.
I'm still not sure if they'll be interested.
This is how the other side think of it. Alright, so this is this one here. Little Nalaka it's called.
It's cute.
That's right. It's kind of got the same factor as this going on, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one.
How does that perform?
Cuts well.
It cuts well. I said this was probably the sharpest knife I've got at the moment. And that's
Yeah, I like that one.
Kind of goes straight through the
If
carrot.
it wasn't so little, you could cut an onion with it.
If it wasn't so little, you could cut an onion with the Lil Nalaka. So what do you reckon? How much do you think that's worth?
Oh, okay.
Nalaka.
No.
Not Malaka, that's like a Greek. Yeah, you want to definitely be pointing the blade away from you when you dab that down. How much do you think that's worth?
Probably lots.
Yeah, it is. It's a sprint run. It's a flash batch. It's called flash batch, which is where they only make like. See, look at my blade.
Ooh.
1100 out of 1200. So it's a flash
Nearly
batch.
missed out, Pete.
Yeah, nearly missed out. So it's a flash batch. So yeah, it's a little bit of money there. But do you think that's different enough? Like, what do you think of it compared to my other knives?
Yeah, at least it looks different.
Yeah, it's got something about it. It's not because I can see there's a bit of steel fatigue, isn't there? Just okay. Alright, well, let's go with this one. This is probably my newest acquisition.
Haven't I already done this one?
No, you haven't. This is the thing. So, like, just get on that little GoPro there. So you got to remember, this is like your GoPro zone here. Anyway, cut some carrot with it. Oh, that's a funny looking carrot. Carrot looks like a dick. So, what do you think of the performance?
I like that one better.
You like, well, the knife is probably going to outcut anything I've got here, for sure. So, looking at the knife overall. So, have a. This is one.
Just hang on. I just want to see. I mean, I think that's better.
Well, that's a kitchen knife. So you would hope. I would hope that a kitchen knife was better at doing kitchen things. But you know what? That's not terrible, is it?
No, it's alright. Yeah.
It's alright. So have a look at the knife. This is one of those knives where if you just dismiss it, there's going to be some people who are like.
I don't mean to cause any offence.
No, she certainly doesn't. She doesn't know enough to cause offence. But so have a look at it and so try and find 3 interesting details on that knife for me. Like 3 things that are like, oh, that's kind of cool. 3. So what's cool about that knife?
I don't want to say like they all look the same because
that's fine. So
I feel bad because that's like your thing, but
this is the interest. This is what I'm interested in.
I don't know.
Is there anything interesting on that knife, say compared to this knife here? So
Similar.
Alright. So this is a Schlisch Bowie. This is probably my most expensive knife at the moment.
Oh, good.
Probably about $450 worth of knife by the time it's here from America. What they would say is impressive about the Schlisch Bowie, Swish, I still can't say the name right, is that Slish apparently.
Slish.
It's spelled SLYZYZSZYT or something. So what they would say is it's got this, it's kind of like, it's a reflective coating without sort of being, you know, like a mirror, and it's got like these rounded titanium handles. It's just got a very good tight action. You're absolutely right. It is very much just a pretty basic product, which is why people would say it's so good. So do you think it was good for me to buy that for $400? Was that a good thing I did?
Yeah, I totally could never think of anything else to spend $450.
Sounds like I did a good thing for the family then, getting that one. Alright, well let's try this one here. You've probably seen me bandy about that one. This could be my favourite knife. What do you think of that?
It's a bit curvier than that other one.
It is a bit curvier than the other one, so cut something with it. It's actually not particularly sharp at the moment, like I haven't done the edge up for a little while now. So give it a good squeeze and just get your hand around it.
Okay, I don't know.
It's from the same designer as the one that we just both agreed was a really good use of our money. So it's from the same designer. So you can probably see some of his, so if you close it again, you can probably see some of his like trademarks.
Design. I'm sorry.
That's alright. I'm sure he's fine. It's just his life's work. It's fine. I'm sure he doesn't mind you completely belittling it.
Well, he's got a very, he's got a style that he likes to stick with, clearly.
He does, yes. So it's just things like this, where the thumb hole comes out. There's like a pretty severe like scallop when you look there and there. Just there. Yeah, he's kind of into the ergonomics and yeah. Alright, well that's the Spidey Chef. How much do you think that's worth?
I don't know, like 150.
About 270. They still never rust though, so easily worth, you know, because you know how knives are always rusting away to nothingness? That's to stop that from happening. So basically you're saving money on here. We'll do like a couple more. Let's get this one that you love so much out.
I do like this one.
So why do you like that one?
I don't know.
Because of that?
Yeah, probably.
She probably makes that sound.
I can't do any of the others.
She makes that sound every time she opens it.
Yeah.
It's got a good flip to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I just like it.
Cut some things up with the Gemini. And isn't that funny though? It is another one of those grey knives.
That being said though, it's always in the bottom of your thing, so I never use it. Yeah, I just like it.
Don't we all? It's exactly what the literature said from Kaiser. It's like, yeah, it's spelled with like 8 A's. Let's finish with a classic. So let's get Open that one up for us. Jesus. Now, so how do you think you lock that?
I think you'll get tetanus from this.
You might do. How would you lock that knife? Yeah, see, that's fairly intuitive, isn't it? And that is probably the strongest locking mechanism out of all these. Maybe, apart from maybe the triad lock on the American long. So give some slicing with that one.
Oh yeah, that
cuts well, doesn't it?
does.
Hey, probably those old knife pattern. How much do you think those are worth? They're French?
About that, I want to say like $30.
No, you're exactly right. They're worth about probably $18. They're a French classic knife called the Open L number 8. They're made in all different sizes.
Looks like tetanus.
It does. It's all rusty. It's a carbon steel blade. I mean, you don't have any chromium in the steel. It rusts and goes to shit like that.
Do they do this in a better one?
They do it in a stainless steel, which frankly doesn't hold an edge as long, but it does rust and doesn't look like tetanus or AIDS or anything like that. So what are your favourites out of all the knives?
I always like that.
Kaiser? Yeah,
yeah.
so let's grab your top 15 favourite. No, just grab your top 3 favourites. So
Maybe these 3.
Yeah? Alright, well let's bring the camera down and we'll just...
Shall I take it off?
No, just leave it on there, that's fine. Alrighty, so Kaiser, Gemini, CRKT, Pilar, and the little Nalaka. So what makes these better than the others, do you think? Does it have anything to do with how fun they were to cut with the carrots?
I don't know, this one cuts good. And it's cute.
Yep. Can you see why it cuts good? Just like out of interest. Like, can you see so looking at that blade compared to like, say...
Because it's thin?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's exactly right. It's thin, it's what you call thin behind the edge, is how mate Nick would say. Yeah, and it just super, there's not much to that edge, so it's probably a bit delicate. Anyway, so that's one.
So if you dropped that, would you break it?
You know what, if you dropped it tip down, that tip would snap straight off. If you dropped it and the edge landed on if you cut through and we didn't use this, we used the bench chop, you'd go flattened over, I would suggest. It's made of a good steel, but that's a lot to husk of an edge, it really is. Alright, and then so this one, just because it's kind of what?
I don't know, it's good.
It's good, but you don't like carrying it the way they intend you to carry it.
No, it feels like scary.
Just hold it down there so we can see. So that feels, you don't like...
No, it feels unstable or something.
Just like not intuitive or something, just doesn't...
Yeah.
This is the difference between us knife folk and the regular folk, because...
I never would have even thought to do that.
So you never would have thought to
Do that.
Yeah, okay. That's just the screen there, just like... So that's no good.
Well, I'm sure it's fine, but like...
No, you said you hate it. And you said you wish ill on Jess Provoxnay. So that's what she said when I just moved the camera and turned it off.
I never would have done it like that if you didn't tell me to do it like that.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know. It feels like scary close to the thing.
Very close to perhaps this, where the blade starts, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I can
if
feel
you were
that.
going to be doing stuff.
Well, there you go.
Wouldn't your finger get in the way?
And that's exactly right with the cutting surfaces, like say when you're cutting against the board.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's why a knife like the Spidey Chef, this is where these finer design points come into play. See how this Spidey Chef, you actually have a bit of clearance there when you do cut against the board, so you can get almost right up to the edge without smushing your finger. Do you see that?
It's genius.
It's genius, that's right. Okay, and then the Kaiser, just because it's kind of an old staple and you can...
Oh, I like it.
And you can zoom it out.
Oh, hang on.
You need to have it fully closed before it fully opens. Cool, well...
And you can open packages good with this one.
I'm sure you could use most of them for opening packages.
I don't know, because some of them you can't open, so...
Well, that's true. You need to be able to open the knife before you can open the package. That's right.
What one do you like the best?
I like the... Oh, let's do my 3 favourites. I like this one. I like this guy with his highly unique designs. And probably this one here. Yeah, those are probably...
So is this like one... There's like...
I'm a bit of a Spyderco slut at the moment.
So is there only one guy who designs all the Spydercos?
No. So this one's designed by Sal Glesser. So you can see
that's
his
why
SG.
it looks so different.
Yeah, that's right. But see his models are speaking to me a bit at the moment. And this one is just like a race car of knives. It just cuts so well for something that's usually enormous. Usually big knives like this that sort of cut a bit like too chunky, a bit too thick. There's still cuts, but it doesn't slice.
So would you keep these two even though they're basically the same thing?
Yes, because they both do different things, believe it or not. That one will never rust and you can use it against boards and things like that, whereas this one is a little bit more tippy, pointy. You can use it to do pokey work. And also because it's just nice to have different things, isn't it?
Yes, different
All right, then that'll probably do us. Thanks very much, my dear. Can you apologise to Mr. Sleesh and to
Mr. Sleesh.
and to Mr. Anso?
Who's Anso?
He's another person who you probably offended.
Sorry.
And Mr. Voxnace. And Mr. Glesser, really.
Too many people to apologise to.
Yeah, and just to the general like snap-on.
And just to the general knife community who like.
That'll do us. All right, peace out, guys.